Welcome back, guys. For some reason we've got helicopters circling the area. The third time it's been round. It's not a police helicopter. Happy's a private helicopter, that. No idea. So I'm down at the bees. I'm going to go through a couple of hives again. I was down here yesterday and sorting a few things out. I got a hive over there with a brick on the top upwards. I went through it and I noticed I had way too much honey in the bottom. So I tried that old thing where you score all the honey on the outside frames, like damage all the cappings, and apparently they'll move it all up. So I want to look today to see whether that's true or not. See whether they cleared some room for the queen or not. Other than that, it'll soon be time to pull off all the super boxes, whether they're full or empty, because everything's dried up so much. The bees will just start robbing each other, the wasps will rob each other, and the bees will eat back the majority of the honey. So we'll take the supers off and treat for varroa, and then give them all probably one super back for themselves for the winter, because there will be stuff for them to forage still, just not as much. There's no flow now. Flow is over. So unless we get rain, but we need a bit of rain, a few days of rain, to kick things off again, because everything did flower and then sort of went into survival mode and dropped its flowers and stuff. But with a bit of rain, they might have a second burst. You never know. So that's the old situation with that. The bees are busy today. Well, this hive here is. This one is. Although they look busy, they look busier because the doorways are reduced because of the wasps. But hopefully they're all strong enough to be able to cope. There was one yesterday that I really narrowed the door down to one bee space, because they just seem to be letting the wasps walk in, even though they're quite a strong hive. Well, quite a good hive, but yeah. But I run the majority of the Langstroths are on underfloor entrances, which it does take the wasps a while to work out. But once they work it out, they do work it out. Like bees, they leave a scent track with their feet, so they do work it out. And once they're in, they'll annihilate a hive. I noticed on a hive over there, every time I looked in the lid, there was a lot of wasps in the top of the lid. So I watched the hive for a while and then see what was happening. We'll go and have a look. I've got my suit on, but I've not got my suit on. Bees are been quite calm, really. So yeah, that hive probably wants. Some of them are going to want their doors reducing more. But the bees, look, they're sniffing round everywhere, around the backs of the hives. So that hive yesterday that I scratched them cappings is still really a lot of bees on the outside. So obviously you make a little flood of honey. It was that one. So we'll have a look in a minute. Let's just have a look at this waspy trap. Yeah, the bees are round everywhere, around the backs of the hives, and that's when you know there's nothing, no forage. And so it was that hive there. And still wasp pressure in the door, look. I weren't even on it. Yeah, that hive. I've got a new phone with a new camera and I'm not too sure on it. So there's still wasp pressure in that door. Hopefully the bees can hold out. If I lift the lid, I'll have a look. I'll probably have to, hang on, I'll come back. Well, the bees are well on guard today. Like now, it's not it's not a good time to open hives because you'll just kick robbing off. You see, the old wasps are still there. Trying that. I put a wasp trap right next to it, but a lot of times see that wasp. What they do is the wasps come along and just grab a guard bee one at a time and take them away from the hive. So I'll step out of the way. So that's an underfloor entrance, but the wasps soon worked it out. They soon work it out. Let's have a look under the lid. Not many wasps in the trap. So yeah, look. The bees do push them up into the lid, which is summer, I suppose. So they do get pushed up into the lid, still. They've got a lot of bees on the door. One thing you can do is move your brood, move the brood right to the entrance, right in front of the door, and they'll put way more guards on to protect their brood. So they are quite busy, the bees. Yeah. This one's just recently got a new queen. Got wasps around the door. That's the one I need to change the door. I've got the door in the truck. So I think that will help. Hey up, bee come out with pollen. I'm gonna go in, lady. Sit, get back in there. See, they have a smaller hole to defend, so they can put way more bees on it. All an underfloor entrance does is you've got your slit at the front and it goes in and then it goes up, so that it comes up underneath the frames. So it's supposed to like confuse the wasps and stuff. But I say once they work it out, they're in. Once they know, they know. Yesterday, because the whole door was open, so the wasps were just walking in each end. But now you see. But the bees will chew the cardboard that's stuffed in there. They'll chew that cardboard and make it bigger to suit themselves. So all the hives are on defence. Got bees bumping me now. They've heard me. There's a waspy. See it grab a bee. It'll drop to the floor with it, try and sting it to death. That's one less defender. That's what they do, they pick off the bees. Pick them off. And they test the hives until they find a weak one that they can get in. And then they'll just decimate it. And it don't take them long. And then like you see at the deer farm, and then the wax moth move in. Hive done. So hopefully we solved the problem with that hive. I'd say we have, but you never know. You never do know. Like these entrances are good, but these poly hives, they're quite good because you've got your mouse guard and everything built in. I build my underfloors and then I stuff cardboard in. Really, I should make some wooden bits to finish them off. Some of them have slide guards over them with mice guard, but they'll all need mice guards for the winter because we lose too many bees to the winter, to the mice. Winter, we've lost a couple of hives every year, so we need to get the mice guards on properly this year. Anyway, this is the hive I was going to look at. Looks like everyone wants to rob it. That's because I scratched that cappings. I bet I pissed a lot of bees off. Yeah, they've got to defend their hive. I didn't think when I did it. Bloody wasp feasting on a bit of bee, landed on my finger. Yeah. Also affects the hive next to it. So it's probably, we won't open that. We won't open it. It's a problem this time of year now. As soon as you open a hive, everyone wants to get in it. So also the other problem with them all being close, all being loads in one spot, they instantly smell it, it kicks them all off. It can be like when all the hives get Robbie mode and everything just goes batshit crazy basically, and it can be pretty full on. It's an experience, put it that way. Obviously the bees get really defensive, so these other things I've been getting. I've got enough. I should have enough to do every hive this season. Yeah, I don't think we'll look in that hive. We'll let it calm down. So a bit of a long boring video really. Oh, what's in the water trough? Just wasps getting a drink, look. And ants. Yeah. So, got a few other things to do. My art installation fell over. I've not been doing much this year. I've been doing a lot with the bees, but I've not been doing like much of the taking the bees to places to show them and things like that. Because I did one early in the season, and I took the bees and to like show and talk with the bees and stuff. And well, it went really well, but I didn't charge a fee. I just asked for a donation, and people don't sort of like seem to realise that to do that I have to come down the day before, sort the hive out where the bees are going to come from to go into the observation hive, sort that out ready to take, and then the next day I have to come back down, pick it up and take it, and then go and do the talk. And then either the same day you have to bring that back and put them bees back in hive. So in total it can take up like time out of 2-3 days to do it all. And I did one, and I said like just a donation, and I take honey with me and I take candles with me and things to sell there if people want to buy it. And generally nobody really buys anything at them. And at the end they just give me £20 donation, and I thought I was meant to do a few this year, and I just thought, you know what, I can't do that, because there's also like the fuel costs, there's the time off work, I have time off gardening to do it, and then the fuel costs and everything, and it's like I can't do that. It's like taking the mick really a bit, so I stopped doing them really. I'm probably not going to do any more. I've not done many stalls either, like this year. Didn't take much spring honey. Well, I didn't take any spring honey. Probably there was a bucket full of spring honey. So didn't take them because I lost a lot of bees over winter, and just built the bees back up. So now there's lots of bees, and obviously going to hopefully get a summer crop if the bees don't eat it all or it gets robbed. I have took some honey off already. I had to take a box off each to give them space, and then put back on to give them a bit of room, ready to take the bulk of the honey off. And yeah, hopefully we'll get a summer crop, but you know, it won't make up for not taking a spring crop. So yeah, I've not done much with the stall really. It's still putting the honey into the shops, but like I'm thinking in the future not doing that so much, because you know I take the honey over Don't charge no delivery fee or anything. And then it's at cost price. Yeah, just rethinking everything. Same with the aperies. Obviously I shut Eckland Lodge apiary because too many people up there snooping around. The lock kept getting broken off the gate, so it was obviously something was going to be going on. Probably the bees were going to get stolen at winter, so I shut that site down, moved all the bees up here. And the deer farm's just not been working. Always like with the birds that moved in and things, it's not been good for queen rearing. The first season there had a really good crop and good queen rearing, and then after that it seemed to go downhill. And then noticing the birds and the wasps, like I did go up there. There was another video I'll be put on, it might be put on already, where I went up there and there was only one hive left. They'd annihilated the lions. Wasps had sort of took them over and waxed them off and move in and take them over. So there was only one hive up there, so I had no choice really but to bring it up, put it there. There it is there. So I'm pulled back to one site. There is still bees up in the deer farm. There's still a small colony in the Layens hive. I've had to reduce it right down, frames out, reduce it right down, knock it right back. So it's only a few frames in there and one doorway, because the wasps were just all over it. And they were all over the other hive, you'll see in the video. And the wax moth took over the other one. Within 2 weeks they took out the hive and overthrew it. So this is just the main site now, because the same thing, like with the price of fuel and everything now, you can't be running around everywhere. So it's just easier to have it all in one. The only bad thing is if you get a bee disease or anything, you're going to wipe out the whole site. So still got the deer farm, and we use it for a quarantine site basically. Keep bees up there as well, but mainly use it as a quarantine site. Yeah. This weather is hot, man. It's hot in a bee suit, even a ventilated bee suit. But the bees are busy, so I don't know what they're doing. I'm gonna have a peeky weeky.